morning, everyone, and welcome to day 14 of our unit on the literary essay. Let's start by having a look at the schedule here. So today is, it's actually session 11 in the unit, and we're going to focus on choosing powerful quotes to add to our text, to add to our essay. And in the independent time today, you'll be focusing on revising your evidence, especially the quotes. Okay, and again, what you'll submit today and what you'll work on is the Google Doc that's attached to yesterday's assignment. Okay, I want to point out that I've added 2 more anchor charts to today's assignment. One you've seen before. So one thing you might want to do today is check out the end of yesterday's video to see an example of how to write your conclusion. The chart is here for you, and I've also included the boxes and bullets essay structure anchor chart. Now, when you look at this chart, you'll see that it refers to character. Okay, because this is from Bend 1 when we wrote about the character, but you can just replace character with theme and follow the same kind of structure. Okay, so today our goal is to make careful decisions, choosing powerful quotes or parts of quotes to support our thinking. So the way it'll work, I'm going to show you a paragraph from my essay on Raymond's Run and go through the process of adding quotes to the paragraph. And then you're going to do the same thing with your partners. Okay? So quotes are powerful. Quotes are memorable. I bet that if you think right now, you could come up with a quote that you've heard your mom or your dad or your grandma, your grandpa say all the time. Like for me, I can remember my grandma saying something over and over. She always used to say, "Kill him with kindness." Okay, kill him with kindness. And the meaning of that is you should never lose your cool or overreact when a situation is tense or you feel like you're being attacked. Okay, and what I want you to do now is in our group chat, take a moment and think, and then write down something that you've heard your mom or your dad or a teacher, a grandparent. Think of something that they always say. Okay, and I just want you to share it in there. Okay, so you can pause the video now and just share that quote. Okay, so my guess is most of the quotes are powerful, right? And that's why they were repeated so often. I'm also going to guess and say that the quote kind of captures something about the person who said it. So for me, when I think about my grandmother's quote, it really captures who she was, right? She was very kind, she was very calm, and very cool all the time. Okay, and that quote captures that part of her. Okay, so as essay writers, we want to do the same thing when we choose quotes to support our thinking in our essays. And now I'm going to show you what that looks like. Right here I have a paragraph from Raymond's Run. Okay, this is my first body paragraph. So my first step in adding quotes to my essay is to think about where I want to do it. Okay, so where can I add a quote? Where's a part of the essay that could use some strong support in the form of a quote? Okay, so I'm just going to put a 1 here and say, find the spot to add the quote. Okay, so I've chosen my first body paragraph. Now you can put quotes in all of your essay anywhere. So I've figured that out, and now I'm going to read this through one time for you. Okay, at the start of Raymond's Run, we see just how protective Squeaky is as a protagonist. She's tough. She will fight if you challenge her. like when she talks about fighting people all the time. She's also really conceited. She feels better than everyone else, especially when she runs. These examples show that Squeaky is tough, and they also show her own special breed of toughness. She's tough in a way that is lovable because it is also filled with her funny personality. These examples also show that her toughness comes because she has a hard life and she used toughness to handle her life challenges. Being protective and tough seems at first like the only way she can keep herself and her family together. Okay, so this is my first paragraph. So when I look through here, what I need to do is identify a part of this paragraph that could use some support. Okay, so if we can get Squeaky's words in here, we're going to add a lot of weight to my claim because Squeaky is the protagonist. Okay, she's from the story. So if I use the author's own words to prove my claim, the chance that the reader's going to believe me is much higher. So I'm going to show you where I chose. Okay, I chose these lines about her being conceited and feeling better than everyone else. All right. So my next step, okay, step 2, is to find the quote. So I'm going to go back into my text or back into my notebook and look for things Squeaky says that really show she's conceited. Okay, and I did that here. Okay, and I picked 2. I've got, so as far as everyone is concerned, I'm the fastest, and that goes for Gretchen too, who has put out the tale that she's going to win the first place medal this year. Ridiculous. Okay, so I picked this one. And I also selected, I always win because I'm the best. I'll say it straight to Gretchen, who is, as far as I'm concerned, the only one talking in this ventriloquist dummy routine. Okay, so I've got 2, and I'm going to make a choice. Which one will better show that she's really conceited? Okay, and I think it's this one. Okay, I think this one does a better job. So now I'm going to ask myself, do I want to put that whole text in there, or that whole quote in there, or only part of it? Now, I think if I put the whole thing in there, it would make my paragraph seem quite long and kind of blocky. Okay, so I'm going to look through it to find the part of it that really shows she's conceited. And what I choose is right here. I'm the fastest, and that goes for Gretchen too. Okay, so that's what I'm going to choose. That's what I'm going to put into my paragraph. Okay, but what I can't do is take what's here and just throw it in the middle. I need to frame this quote. And when I say frame, I mean that I need to set it up, kind of create an entrance or an entry point for this quote. Okay, and when I look at my paragraph, I know that it's going to go right here. I want the quote here, where you see that red dot. Okay, that's where I want the quote, because I do have an explanation of my evidence here. These examples show. Okay, so I want the quote to come right before that. Let me show you the change that I made. So here I have the paragraph again, rewritten with the quote inside. And you'll see that I've added the quote, but I also added this sentence to frame the quote, to provide some context. And I like to think of it as a doorway or an entrance. Okay, so she feels better than everyone else, especially when she runs. That's the same as what's up here. Okay, especially when she runs. It's not enough for Squeaky to be good at running. She has to be the best, better than you. And then my proof, my undeniable proof. She says, I'm the fastest, and that goes for Gretchen too. Okay, so now with this quote, the claims that I made at the top or in the beginning of the paragraph, the reader is going to think they're true. The reader is going to believe me more so now that I have Squeaky's actual words in there to prove it. So this is what we mean when we say that quotes are powerful. Okay, they add a lot of weight to your claim. That's why we're going to try to use them in each of our body paragraphs. Before you start revising your essay as a whole, before you start revising your essay as a whole, I want you to do a few things with your partner. Okay? So, the first thing I want you to do is find a paragraph in your essay that you want to add a quote to. 2, you're going to find a quote. Okay, so you find the paragraph and you find the spot that you want to add a quote to. Okay, then you find that quote. Third, you're going to write the entry. Okay, so you're going to frame the quote. Okay, and this can be just a short sentence to give the reader some context. And then you will add the quote. And then finally, you'll put that paragraph in the pair chat. Okay, so this should take you about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, you're going to try this out and you're going to share it with your partner. Okay, and I'm in that room with you, and I will give you some feedback on what you're doing, and then you can continue to revise your story until we share again at the end of class. Okay, so good luck today, and I'll see you in the group chat and in your pair chat rooms. Bye-bye.